I left my husband's family vacation early after they made me sleep on the couch while his brother's new girlfriend got the guest room. And now everyone is saying I turned a small slight into a massive drama that ruined the whole trip. My husband Eric and I have been married for 4 years, together for 7 total. Every summer his parents rent a beach house for a week and the whole family goes. It's usually Eric, me, his brother Matt, his sister Lindsay with her husband and 2 kids, and Eric's parents. I've gone every year, and while I'm not super close with his family, we get along fine and I generally enjoy the trips. This year Matt brought his new girlfriend Kenzie. They've been dating for maybe 3 months. When we arrived at the beach house on Saturday, Eric's mom, Sharon, pulled me aside and said there'd been a change in sleeping arrangements. Usually Eric and I get the guest room with the queen bed and private bathroom. This year Sharon said she'd given that room to Matt and Kenzie because Kenzie might not be comfortable sharing the bunk room or sleeping on the pull-out couch since she's new to the family. I asked where Eric and I were supposed to sleep then. Sharon said the pull-out couch in the living room. I kind of laughed because I thought she was joking. She wasn't. She said it was just for 1 week and she hoped I'd understand that they were trying to make Kenzie feel welcome. I said we've been married for 4 years and coming on this trip for longer than that, and it seemed backward to give the best room to someone who just started dating, Matt. Sharon got a little tight-lipped and said she'd already told Matt and Kenzie they could have the room and didn't want to go back on her word. She said the couch was actually pretty comfortable and we'd be fine. Eric came in and I pulled him aside to tell him what was happening. He seemed annoyed but said we shouldn't make a big thing out of it and that we could just deal with the couch for a week. I said I didn't want to sleep on a pull-out couch in the middle of the living room where people would be walking through in the morning, where we'd have no privacy, and where we'd have to pack up all our bedding every day so people could use the couch. Eric said his mom was just trying to be a good host to Kenzie, and I should try to be understanding. That pissed me off because I've been nothing but welcoming to Kenzie since we got there. I'd asked her about her job, complimented her dress, offered to show her around the area since I'd been there before, but apparently being understanding meant giving up our room and sleeping on the couch. The first night was awful. The couch was uncomfortable, the living room was too bright in the morning, and Eric's dad came down at 6 a.m. and seemed surprised we were sleeping there, which woke us both up. When I went upstairs to shower, I had to wait because Kenzie was using the guest bathroom, and the other bathroom was occupied by Lindsay's kids. By day 3, I was exhausted and cranky. I wasn't sleeping well. I had a sore back from the terrible couch, and I felt like a guest in a space where everyone else had their own private areas. Meanwhile, Kenzie and Matt were in our usual room, taking long showers, keeping their stuff spread out in the attached bathroom. On Wednesday night, I told Eric I wanted to leave early. He said I was being ridiculous and that it was only a few more days. I said I'd driven separately in my car because I'd come straight from work, so I could just leave and he could stay. He got upset and said I'd be embarrassing him and making a scene by leaving in the middle of the trip. I said I wasn't making a scene. I was quietly removing myself from an uncomfortable situation that his family had created. Thursday morning, I packed up my stuff, said goodbye to everyone, and drove home. Sharon looked hurt and asked if everything was okay. I said I just had some things to take care of at home and didn't elaborate. Now I'm getting texts from everyone. Lindsay says I made everything awkward by leaving and that her kids kept asking why I left. Sharon sent a long message about how she was trying her best to make everyone comfortable and she's hurt that I couldn't just go with the flow for 1 week. Matt texted that I made Kenzie feel bad, like she'd done something wrong when she was just accepting the room his mom offered her. Eric came home yesterday, 2 days before the trip was supposed to end. He's barely speaking to me. He says I turned a minor sleeping arrangement into a major incident and made his whole family think I'm high maintenance and difficult. Am I the asshole?